Hello, kings and queens. How's everyone doing out there? Hope everyone's feeling incredible and doing what they love to do, imposing their will on their own realities. This morning, I decided to come out here and watch the sun rise, but as you can see, I'm a little bit late to the party. But this is still a pretty incredible sight to see. And today, this is like a cause, a reason for a celebration for me. I just did actually I'm still doing it. I'm doing a 3-day fast. Actually, I'm at 3.5 days at this point, because I still haven't eaten yet. And that's what this video is going to be focused on. I'm going to talk about fasting, like the mental, the health, the spiritual aspects and benefits of it. And I'm going to relate it to my own experience. Of course, I'm very sure that many of you out there have fasted much longer than 3.5 days. And I hope that you can give me some information, some feedback on like better ways to do it, or even like the benefits that you saw or the experiences that you had when you did it. And like, I would also like to know from you, like what are like the most effective amount of fasting time that you can do where you get the maximal amount of benefit from it. And when I say benefit, I'm talking biological benefit, like your body repairing itself. I'm talking about spiritual benefit by you being more in tune with the universe and everything around you, and seeing the higher purpose and going and pushing your life toward that higher purpose. You know, just things of this nature. And yeah, so in this video, I'm gonna share with you my experience over my 3-day fast. The most I've done is only 1 day. So for me, this was a huge challenge. I mean, I've never gone completely without food, like drinking only water, which is what I've been doing. I have been in a situation where I was doing a training exercise where for 3 days, I only had a very, very small amount of food. And I was hiking all day, every day for 3 days. And that was a huge challenge. Actually, that was a bigger challenge than this, looking back, because of the physical aspect thrown into it. And of course, I lost lots of weight. I had weird dreams every night. Actually, I was dreaming like I had some of the worst, not the worst, but just dreams that are just way out of my comfort zone, and they were very pronounced. And that experience was really interesting as well. I learned a lot from it, but that was many years ago for me. I did that during military duty, almost 2 decades ago, but I still remember it like it was yesterday. And it was part of my motivation to do this, what I'm doing right now, this fasting. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it and share my experience with you. Hey, what's up, y'all? This video is about fasting. Just mention it. And in this video, I'm going to share my experience with you like over the past 3 days. I'm still in the fasted state right now, and I'm gonna have my meal after I finish this video. I'm gonna walk it back, and I want to share my experience, and I also want to get like some feedback from you all. I want to learn like what you know, so I can tie it together with what I've learned. Okay, so first of all, why did I fast? I fasted to get to know myself a little better. I fasted to heal myself, or find out if there's healing benefit in fasting. And I fasted to see if it would increase my spirituality. Like, would it connect me to a different state of mind that I never experienced in my everyday day-to-day life, my every day-to-day life, my everyday day-to-day life. Okay, so like my experience, I'll talk about it. I'll try to be as brief as possible about it. I did it for, okay, let's start with healing, the healing benefits. I wanted to learn about the healing benefits of fasting. And I'll share with you like the progression over the 3 days. All right, the first day, I was just coming to the realization that I was fasting. Like, I didn't even like realize I was fasting until, let's say, like 6 o'clock, around 6 o'clock that day, because I'm a regular intermittent faster. Like, intermittent fasting is basically eating in like a 5-hour window. I do this pretty often. That's like my typical way I eat. So like the thinking didn't really kick in until like 6 o'clock. And that's when, you know, I realized I was hungry and stuff. And at that point, I was thinking better. My thinking was clear and crisp. But, you know, of course, I was a little bit tired. And the second day, during the second day, it was pretty tough. It felt like the light bulb in my head was turned down. Like it was like the room was dim. It was like dim lighting in the room. That's how it felt in my head on the second day. And I also began to like purge like a bunch of negative thoughts from my mind. I think it was a purge. I think it was part of my body purging itself, because I began to have like many negative thoughts like running through my head, and I was trying my best to suppress them. Like day to day, when I'm not in a fasted state, I'm able to remove these thoughts, and actually less of them enter my mind, but many were entering my mind, and it was pretty difficult to keep those doors closed and keep them from rushing in. So I decided not to suppress them. I decided to face them and look at them, which made me have to look inside of myself as well, like the wrong things I've done. I had to look at them. I had to analyze them, and I had to face them again. So like it was kind of like counseling in a way. Like I was able to look at, I wasn't suppressing like things I did. I wasn't using cognitive dissonance to just remove my wrongdoing to make me feel good about myself. I was facing like the negatives of myself, like the ugly side of myself that I don't really like. So it was like therapy in a way. And this only lasted for, that purge lasted for just about, just for day 2. Day 3, I had less of an effect from it. There weren't as many negative feelings that were coming out of me on day 3. Actually, day 3, I think the healing was starting to begin, because I was actually, like, little injuries that I had been having, they were significantly going away. I think my body was adapting to this diet, or this lack of a diet, and I was getting some of the benefits of caloric restriction. You know, there's a lot of information out there about the less you eat, the longer you live to eat more. Like, there's a lot of studies. You know, I know we're not mice, rats, but there's a lot of mice studies. The mice that eats very, very little, he lives like 1/3 of a lifespan longer. And I think it's due to these repair mechanisms that happen in our body that kick in for survival. And I kind of talked about these in my video about chocolate, when I talked about sirtuins, because, you know, chocolate, the sirtuins in chocolate, or the polyphenols, the resveratrol, it mimics caloric starvation. And that's what calorie starvation does. It unlocks programs in our bodies that allows us to be very, very efficient. And it gets rid of dead weight. It gets rid of things that we don't need, and it maximizes the things that we do need. So, yeah, the 3rd day was lots of regeneration was happening. And even like today, I feel even better today. It feels like the main benefits have just kicked in today. And this is day 4, but this is the final day. I'm going to eat in probably 3 hours from now. And I think I'd get a lot more benefit if I took this even further. But I don't know where the point of no return is. Like, I don't know where my benefits will end and where the detriments will begin. And that's kind of where I would like some of you guys' help on this. Like, I have questions for you guys, ladies, whoever, anyone. Like, has anyone out there fasted longer than 3 days? And, like, where did your benefits maximize? Where were they optimal? And where did the benefits seem to go away? When did you deplete your potential from fasting? Like, how far did it go? Like, what was the stopping point of, like, the benefits? I'd like to know, like, your experience, if you have your own experiences with fasting that go beyond mine, or even if you have, 3 days like I do. I'd like to hear your experience as well. And what else did I learn? Sorry, everyone. It's a really hot day out here. As you can see, I'm absorbing all this energy. It's almost too much energy, and I'm about to take it in pretty soon. And the heat keeps turning my phone off. I guess the infrared sensor on my phone automatically turns it off when it gets too hot. But that's what keeps interrupting me here. But I guess the last thing I'll talk about, and I'll wrap this up, is like what's like one of my motivations behind doing something such as a fast. Well, I'm a type of person that I like to kind of test my limits to find out what's possible. Like, how much do I have inside of me? And like I feel that, there's so much potential to be tapped into. But the only way to find out is by, testing and, getting information and testing and getting information in order to be safe and be able to continue on and continuously learn about yourself and just, get better. But with me, like things that, I like to test, of course, physical fitness. In my younger life, that was a big thing. I always wanted to know my limits. Like I wonder, like how what's the longest a human being can actually run and just uh, be able to do it well and be free and just like I want to know like the potentials in that. So I mean, I didn't reach my full potentials in that, but I learned about people that do, and I began to study and find out like what allowed them to persevere and break all like limits and go far beyond what other people can do. And with that in particular, I learned that the missing link was nature, being connected to nature, getting all the energy from nature. And when you do that, you can surpass everybody, everything. You're almost like a wild animal. Wild animals are really strong. Pound for pound, they're really strong. And it's that the connection with nature that is one reason that makes them so strong, not just their genetics as animals. And I guess another limit to test to find out about oneself, is like, we're here for survival. And in order to get better, you maybe test survival. And I guess the most obvious way to test survival is starvation. And that's where I'm at now. And through the starvation, I learned quite a bit about myself. Because, I had to rely on like the most essential, foundational aspect of myself, my personality, my body. And what else? I guess like intelligence. We focus on intelligence today as if intelligence is everything, but I don't think intelligence is as important as we make it out to be. And I think that we focus on the intelligence, but nowadays we're neglecting the intuitive part of everything. And what I mean by that, we're just focusing on just being smarter and not knowing our place in everything and what we are on this planet. And we're animals too, and we like forget that, and we have animalistic needs that need to be supported. Otherwise, supporting these animalistic needs is like I think it's like the key to good health. And like examples of animalistic needs, I mentioned about physical fitness, moving through your environment. That's something an animal does. They climb, they swim, they hike, they fly. They move through their environment. And the ability to move through your environment is you develop very good intelligence in your body. Your body has to learn how to navigate its environment, and that increases intelligence by itself. Just me hiking is a huge mental health boost for me, because you're walking, you're looking at the ground, you're checking every step, you're focusing on every step, you're educating your feet, you're moving your feet in a way that you never really move your feet. When you're in the matrix, you walk from one place to another. You don't have to navigate through anything. You just kind of walk step by step. You don't think about it. So animals, they have to deal with occasional starvation. Because sometimes there's a drought. You can't get food. Sometimes the weather's bad, and they have to just be strong, be tough, and deal with that. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm dealing with that aspect, starvation, and I'm gaining the knowledge that comes from that, from the real experience, the real human animal experience. And yeah, I'll stop right there with I kind of went rambling with all my thoughts. I guess it's from all the fasting. But anyways, thank you so much. I love you all. I really do. I love you all. I really do. And I'll see you again in the future. You have a wonderful rest of your day. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, browse my channel. And next time, I'm gone. Bye.